What's up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here, who the man, you the man, can you do it? Yes, you can. My name is Javaris and thank you for stopping by. We got another video right here on the channel, and as you can tell by the title of the video, I'm going to be talking about the top fast fashion brands or shops or places that you should shop for your clothes. If you don't know what fast fashion is, I mean, you can do more research on it, but ultimately the gist of it is it's pretty much different clothing brands or stores. They're going to take what's trendy in the moment and they're going to mass produce it for a fairly or relatively inexpensive price. So that's ultimately what fast fashion is. So you got Fashion Nova, H&M, you know, Zara. Those are examples of fast fashion places. But in this video, I'm going to be talking about the top 7, I believe, places that you should shop. So if that sounds interesting, keep on watching. Alright, so getting into it, some pros of fast fashion is simply that it's relatively inexpensive. You know, you're not going to be paying a lot or too much money when it comes to buying different clothing items on a fast fashion store or website. Now, a con is sometimes it may not be the best quality, especially because you got to think they're mass producing it and they're trying to do it quickly, so it's not always the best quality. But ultimately, it's one of those cases where you're getting what you're paying for in a sense. So I want to kind of go over that because before I even started talking about the different places. And also the reason I'm doing this video is because I know a lot of times I'm always saying, like, I'm talking about fast fashion, especially when it comes to like teenagers or just anyone trying to save money when it comes to, you know, your style or fashion in general. I always recommend fast fashion is definitely a place to go. But with that, I want to make a video on giving you examples of places, in my opinion, that you should consider shopping when it comes to fast fashion. So we're gonna go ahead and get straight into it. Starting with number 1 is going to be H&M. H&M is definitely a dope place for you to cop, you know, different clothing items. They're always kind of, I would say H&M is like one of those places that's like always on trend, or, you know, keeping up with different trends. Anytime I'm looking for a different piece, H&M probably has it. What I like about them is their versatility. They have things that are like for streetwear as well as if you're trying to do a little more dressy look, and they're definitely not expensive at all. They're, you know, they're relatively affordable for sure. And another thing I definitely like about H&M is that they're, you know, obviously H&M, especially in the United States, they're definitely a very popular brand. Everyone, you know, it's trustworthy for sure. And they have a website as well as a storefront. So coming in at number 2 is going to be Pacsun. So Pacsun is also affordable, but I would say they're more like on a pricey affordable scale, if that makes sense. So they're not as like low as H&M, I would say, but they're still, you know, it's not like ridiculously expensive. It definitely is still affordable. So I like that about Pacsun. Now, personally, I'm not gonna lie, I don't shop at Pacsun that often, but when I do, you know, they definitely have good quality items for sure. Number 3, we're going to be talking about Asos. Y'all already know I can talk about Asos all day, every day. I'm going to put probably my most recent Asos haul right up there, so you can go check that video out if that's something you want to see. But Asos is definitely a top fast fashion place in my opinion. Now, what I will say, especially in the United States, I definitely do not think there are any storefronts in the US. You might want to look into that. Now, I know like in the UK they may have a couple, but generally this is an online site. So if you're a person who likes to shop online, Asos would definitely be a place that I would recommend to you. And they, at least from my experience, I've never, you know, the shipping was relatively quick as well. Now, the thing about Asos is, and really all these places, but that's one of those ones where it's like you're getting what you're paying for. So if you're paying for a shirt that's only $5–10, it's not going to be as good of quality as a shirt that may be like $30 or $40 on their site. So they have, I would say their quality is it varies for sure. Like some of their stuff is really good quality and I've been able to wear for years. Some of the things is kind of like, you know, I wore it a couple of times and I had to kind of toss it. So that's kind of one thing I will admit and say about Asos. But other than that, I really like the site. Like, that's probably one of my favorite stores. I shop there all the time. So Asos is definitely a site that I had to include in this video. All right, the next one I'm gonna be talking about is going to be Zara. So in my opinion, Zara and H&M are pretty much one and the same. Like, Zara kind of gives me the same vibe as H&M, But for whatever reason, personally, I just prefer H&M to Zara. Some people prefer Zara. Actually, I would say probably most people prefer Zara to H&M. I just like H&M a little better in my opinion. I feel like I find more stuff there, and their H&M are just more available. Like you rare, or at least for me, I don't know about you, but I rarely just see like Zara's near me. But they definitely have a lot of storefronts, as well as, you know, it's a website. But like I said, I just prefer H&M. So everything I said about H&M pretty much applies to Zara as well. I just prefer Zara. I mean, I prefer H&M over Zara, but pretty much the same in my opinion. Now the next one I'm gonna talk about is going to be Rue 21. Now personally, I no longer really shop at Rue 21 like that. Like I'm not gonna say I never, like if I'm in a mall and I see a Rue 21, I might stop in just to see what they have. But personally, I just think I've kind of outgrown like the clothing items, I guess, of Rue 21. But I'm still, the reason I'm putting this in this video is because at one point I used to shop there a lot. Especially if you're a teenager, I definitely think Rue 21 and even Forever 21. Forever 21 I'm not talking about in this video, but I just thought about it just now. But yeah, Rue 21, especially if you're a teenager, I definitely think they have a lot of stuff for you. I just personally don't shop there, like I said, as often, because like I feel like a lot of the graphic tees and hoodies are just no longer my style as much. But they're definitely still another fast fashion place that I think is up there on the list in my opinion. When it comes to quality, as we're talking, you know, the quality is slowly starting to go down with each one I'm talking about, kind of. But yeah, that's definitely one I want to go ahead and bring up in this video. So check out Rue 21 if you haven't already, and they have both a storefront as well as online. All right, number 6 is going to be Boohoo Man. So Boohoo Man is, I think it's another UK-based brand, so kind of similar to Asos. So at least to my knowledge, there are no storefronts in the United States, but I'm sure there may or may not be some in the UK. I'm not sure, but I know for the most part, it's an online site. When it comes to Boohoo, y'all know I love Boohoo too. I got a haul on that. I'll probably link that as well. But when it comes to Boohoo, as much as I love Boohoo, I can't sit here and say the quality is always the best. That's another one where you're getting what you're paying for, because Boohoo always kind of have sales and discounts going on for sure, and ultimately you're getting what you're paying for. Granted, now the thing about fast fashion is, or like one thing I like about Boohoo is, because fast fashion and Boohoo is like so set on like what's trendy in the moment. Let's say you just need a hoodie for the time being, you know, you can get it. You're not really, you shouldn't go to Boohoo with the thought of, oh, I'm going to be, you know, wearing this for a long period of time. Go in it with the thought of, okay, this is trendy now, this is something I like, I may can get a couple wears out of it. And that's kind of like the gist of Boohoo. That's why I like Boohoo. Now, I'm not about to sit here and say nothing I've ever purchased from Boohoo I've worn, you know, like it just, after a couple times, I've had a couple things from Boohoo that I still have been wearing for a few years. But for the most part, you know, a lot of things that I buy or purchase from Boohoo is just kind of like, you know, I wear it a couple times and then either I don't wear it anymore because it kind of goes out of style, or the quality of it just, you know, it's starting to not be as good quality because, you know, you wash it, or just in general over time, it doesn't age well a lot of the time. But other than that, you know, if you're buying something again like for the moment, Boohoo is definitely a place that I would tell you to shop for real. And lastly, that I'm gonna be talking about in this video is going to be Urban Outfitters. So the reason I put this one last is not because the quality of the clothes are bad. In fact, the quality of the clothes is probably one of the best ones in this video that I'm talking about. But the reason I put it towards the bottom is I feel like, in my opinion, and you know, you may think differently, but for it to be a fast fashion place, I feel like the prices are just not equaling like there. Now, I'm not gonna say the clothes aren't good and they're not good quality. They are, but sometimes like I'm never impressed when it comes to the prices at Urban Outfitters. Personally, I just don't think that a lot of things, you know, a lot of the items in there are worth what they're priced. I think Urban Outfitters is very pricey. I think their clothes are good, you know, they're good quality for sure, but for it to be a fast fashion place, I just don't think it's worth it. And that's just my personal opinion. If you like Urban Outfitters, do what you do. Me, I think it's a little pricey for the material. And again, I'm not bashing Urban Outfitters. I've definitely, you know, bought a lot of dope clothing items from there before, but I'm saying, you know, relatively, when I think fast fashion, I'm not saying I'm expecting everything to be $1, but I'm saying like, you know, it's a little pricey for it to be a fast fashion place, in my opinion. But hey, But other than that, that brings me to the conclusion of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know which place is your favorite fast fashion, you know, shop or store, whatever. It can be one I said in this video, or it can be one I didn't. So just let me know, what place do you like to shop that's considered a fast fashion. Make sure you give it a thumbs up and that you are subscribed to the channel. And until next time.